The law of attraction has become widely popular due to the success of The Secret, which is a book that has sold over 19 million copies. It states that if you want something to happen, you just have to believe and think about it really hard, and your thoughts will manifest it, whether it be events, things, or even people. If you believe in it hard enough, it will happen. But just how true is the law of attraction? I think that the law of attraction is 90% correct. I don't agree with how it says that your thoughts manifest things with the powers of the universe, because frankly, in my opinion, it's common sense why it works. See, we have a thing right here at the top of our heads called a brain. I like to think of the brain as a problem-solving machine, because that's what it is. That's what it specializes in. That's how our DNA has survived the test of time for millions of years, by having a way to solve all of the obstacles and problems that come your way. You give your brain a problem, it starts solving it. It's cold? Okay, we need to build a fire and shelter. We're hungry? Okay, we need to find food somehow. You want to pass on your genes? Okay, we need to find a mate. And the great thing about our problem-solving machine is that it's the best type of problem-solving machine on the entire planet. Out of the 8 million other species on this planet, we're at the top of the food chain, because that's just how good our problem-solving machine is. On top of that, each of us shares about 99.9% of the coding of this problem-solving machine, or as we like to call it, DNA, with every other human on Earth. Even great scientists, great athletes, and powerful people. So it's safe to say that the majority of people share an equally powerful problem-solving machine. The reason the law of attraction works is because that's just how good we are at solving problems. If you give your problem-solving machine a task to complete, it starts looking around your environment for things that solve this problem, which is why people who decide to lose weight and start envisioning themselves skinnier suddenly find themselves surrounded with more opportunities to learn about weight loss. They say, wow, it must be the law of attraction working, the powers of the universe. All of these forum posts about ketosis or intermittent fasting, or the coincidence of bumping into someone who gives you fitness advice, it's not the universe that's setting you up. Those opportunities have always been there. It's just that you never noticed them until you started thinking about weight loss all the time. And this law can be applied to just about anything. You want to be rich? Think about it and imagine yourself becoming rich. You want a girlfriend? Think about it and imagine yourself already succeeding, and boom, you'll get a girlfriend. Now you might say, well, this isn't true. There's tons of things I want and think about that never come around. Well, that's because the law of attraction isn't 100% accurate. You can't just think and poof, something appears in front of you. There are 4 mistakes that people make which stop them from accomplishing whatever it is they want with the law of attraction. Number 1, they stop giving their brain problems to solve. If you look around, this is extremely common nowadays. People go out drinking, they spend hours watching TV or Netflix and scrolling through social media, they play video games. It's almost as if people are running away from reality. They don't want to sit down and contemplate what their problem-solving machine needs to work on next. In fact, they get so anxious about the future, they incapacitate themselves in any way possible. They're basically turning their machine off. So if you tell people you want to be successful and start your own company, but you spend 6 days a week under some sort of influence, whether it be weed, alcohol, TV, or porn, you're never going to solve this problem, because guess what? Your machine isn't even turned on. The second mistake that people make is that they try solving unsolvable problems. There's certain problems your problem-solving machine cannot solve. There's simply no correct answer. For example, let's say that you're in a toxic relationship. You've been together for a long time, but things have been sour for a while. There's arguments, breakups, getting back together, manipulation, lack of trust. You spend so much time worrying about how to fix the relationship, when in reality, it might be something that you can't really solve. Sometimes there's simply nothing you can do to fix something, and it's best to just walk away. Another example of an unsolvable problem is trying to go back in time to fix something. Many of us spend large periods of time ruminating about the past. Oh, I should have done this in high school, or oh, I should have said this to so-and-so. When you do this, you're telling your problem-solving machine to solve this problem. But it can't. It's not possible. There's no way you can go back in time and solve it. So in the end, you're just wasting more time. The third mistake is that people give their brain problems that contradict each other. I would say that this is actually the #1 most detrimental mistake that people make, because it's something that flies under the radar. Let's say, for example, you want to be in a relationship and you think about it all the time. But at the same time, you spend time thinking about why you don't deserve to be in a relationship. Most people who are single who really want to be in a relationship don't think they're unattractive or doubt their abilities to court a member of the opposite sex. So in this case, you're telling your problem-solving machine to do two things. Number one, look for ways to get into a relationship. Number two, look for proof that I will never be in a relationship. The solution to the second problem negates the solution to the first problem. In order to find proof that you'll never be in a relationship, you'll start acting in a way that will make it so that you won't be in a relationship. Another example of this is very present in my group of childhood friends. They all say they want to own their own business and make a ton of money, but at the same time, they don't believe taking risk is safe nor possible. So in this case, they're telling their problem-solving machine to solve two problems. Number one, look for ways to start a business and make a ton of money. Number two, look for proof that taking risk is not safe nor possible. Again, your brain is unable to solve problem one when it's looking for answers to problem two. Because if you're looking for proof that risk is not possible, you're going to skip over every opportunity that could have eventually grown into a thriving business. The fourth and final problem people make is that they don't give their brain enough time to solve a problem. Let's say your goal is to build a six-figure business. Realistically, even if you knew exactly what to do, how long do you think that would take you? Even the smartest and brightest would have to work for at least a year or two in order to accomplish this goal from nothing. But you're not the smartest, and you're not the brightest, and you don't know what to do. So that means it'll take you anywhere from 2 to maybe even 10 years of constantly asking your problem-solving machine to solve this problem in order to solve the problem. People are very impatient. They think, okay, law of attraction. I'll think about my six-figure business really hard for like a week or a month. But if you ask any successful business owner what the first month of business was like for them, the answer is, well, it usually sucked. Really bad. But the reason they succeed is that they continue to ask their problem-solving machine to solve this problem for as long as it takes until it solves it. The key to making the law of attraction work for you really comes down to your ability to turn on your problem-solving machine. Constantly ask it to solve one problem, to clear your mind of any other problems that would contradict that one problem, and to make sure that you're asking a problem that can be solved. That's why, although all this magic woo-woo talk about thinking and envisioning your goals sounds like bullshit, it's actually very powerful and effective. Because when you envision a goal and you're thinking about it all the time, you're telling your problem-solving machine, I want that. So let's get to work. And that's it. It's simple.